Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Iris and today we are back with another fun makeup look that you can wear to work. I actually think this one is fun because we get to use bright yellow and a lot of shimmer, but it still looks professional because we're keeping it pretty close to our skin tone. I'm going to very quickly fill in my brows as usual, just following my natural shape and keeping it pretty natural. And I'm just using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown, and I'm topping that off with the e.l.f. Wow Brow Mascara in the shade Neutral Brown. For my face, I'm going to go in with the MCO Beauty Flawless Glow. This is the Australian brand that does a whole bunch of dupes, and I think especially off of Charlotte Tilbury, but they just came to the US and they're in all Kroger stores. So I went to Fry's and I picked this up and this was 50% off. I think the original price is around like $26 and I got this for $13. That makes it $1 cheaper than the e.l.f. dupe of the same product, the same dupe from Charlotte Tilbury. So very excited to see how this works. I've seen some people use it online and they say it looks pretty similar to the Charlotte Tilbury one. I have not used the Charlotte Tilbury one, so I'm going to be judging this product for what it is by itself instead of judging it as a dupe. And I got this in the shade Fair. They actually have like so many of their products in Fry's, but I only picked up this one because I haven't used any of MCO Beauty's products before, so I didn't want to buy too many things if I wasn't going to be a fan of their products. And I got this one in particular, not only because it's being talked about and it's so popular, but because I have not been liking the way my skin has been looking at the end of the day. I feel like it's been just extremely dry here. So my skin has been just extra texturized and I wanted something that's more sheer. So I wanted more of a skin tint essentially, and they say that you can wear this as a skin tint, but it'll just be glowy, and I wanted to try it out. Now, keep in mind, if you have a lot of texture on your skin, glowy things and reflective things, highlighty things will bring that texture out and kind of emphasize the texture. I'm kind of at a weird place in my skin right now where it's just so dry and so texturized. So I want it to look hydrated, but at the same time, anything glowy is like bringing out the texture. So it's just not been a fun experience over here. The amount of glow this has, I actually don't think I would wear it by itself because you kind of look like a Tin Man. It looks so pretty online. For the price, this Hard Candy Glow Serum Primer does the same thing for literally a fraction of the price. I think this was like $7, and it literally makes your skin look like this, like a Tin Man, essentially. But yeah, I don't know. Something about this like artificial glow, it's artificial, you know? So if you're lusting after these products and haven't actually tried them and have been wanting to get your hands on them, I'm someone who loves glow, loves it, loves looking glowy and hydrated. In real life, this kind of just makes you look like a glazed donut. So don't lust after it so hard, you know? It doesn't look that great in person. It kind of looks just glazed donut-y. It's not a bad product. It's just different from what I expected it would be. For concealers, I'm going in with the NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer in the shade Fair, mixed with the LA Colors Concealer in the shade Light. And I'm just blending that out with a damp sponge. And I went a little heavier on the concealer so that it can kind of cover up a little bit of that glow. My forehead is also very patchy because I think I got sunburned up there too, and now it's just kind of peeling, which isn't awesome. And I'm going to set that all in place with the Well People setting powder. What a shame. I really wanted this to be something that I could replace my foundation with, and I don't think you can because it's so glowy. Like, it's not glowy in a natural way, like that glass skin way. It's glowy in like you got doused in oil type of glowy. So I'm using the remainder of the powder on my powder puff, and I'm just kind of tapping the rest of my face, which is not something I usually do. And I also think I'm like a harsher judge because this product in particular has been raved about, like the product itself, right? And the brands duping it kind of talked up the product, and this brand in particular as a dupe has been talked about. I think I'm just being really harsh on the product, and maybe I was expecting something else from it. So yeah, it kind of adds to the disappointment for sure. So for our eyes, I'm going to go in with the Profusion Festival palette. If you saw my review on this palette, I don't have very many good things to say about it, but after swatching more of the shimmery shades, they're okay. Some are really good, some are really not good, but for the price of the palette, you get a lot of options, so you could definitely make it work, but it's not like an amazing palette that I would tell you to go out and buy. But we are going to start with this very yellow shade right here, and just with my fingers I'm going to just run this all over my lid, and it's gonna look really gold, really yellow, but don't worry, we're actually going to make it a little lighter and a little more wearable. And as I'm putting this on my lids, I'm blending out the edges with my finger. Now that we have that on, I'm gonna go in with this color right here, Strobe Lights, and I'm going to pop that on top of that yellow to brighten it up. And I'm really bringing this into my inner corner as well. I feel like yellow is so similar to gold, and gold is a pretty acceptable shade to wear to work. So it's just kind of pushing that line a little bit, and since this is so close to my skin tone, it's not going to like pop out like crazy. If I was a little tanner, it might look a little more unnatural, and you probably can't get away with this as much, but you could probably get away with a yellow that's closer to your skin tone. So matching the colors with your skin tone, or like keeping it really similar, will also allow you to play with some more colors without it looking too unnatural and catching too many people's eyes. To kind of blend that out, I'm going to use this really bright yellow, and I'm going to use a really fluffy brush. So it's not going to be too pigmented, and I'm just running this into my crease. And I know it looks so crazy right now, like you can't wear this to work, but we're going to kind of tone it back down to make it wearable. Or you can kind of keep it like this if you're going, I don't know, clubbing or to a rave or brunch. With a more dense fluffy brush, I'm gonna go in with this light brown right here, and I'm gonna focus this on my outer corner to bring some brown back into this eye look, kind of turning that shade into more of a gold. And it is a really light brown still, so it's not like we're doing a smoky eye or anything. So this will all just keep it in the realms of more of a wearable look. And of course, if you're at like a very strict workplace, this might not fly. But if you're somewhere where, you know, you kind of push your boundaries and get away with a few more things, then yeah, I would give this a try. But not if you think you're gonna get in trouble. Don't do anything that you think you're gonna get in trouble on because I said so. Like, don't do that. And I also think the shape of my eyes can also help hide a bit of the color, so it makes it look a little less intense because so much of my lid is hidden. So that is a benefit of a hooded eye that, you know, not many people talk about the benefits of hooded eyes, but I'd call this a benefit. But you see how this brown just really blends out into almost like an orangey gold color? It really helps ground the look. For our lower lash line, I'm going to go in with that same color with a really small brush and just run that on my lower lash line. I try to keep it a little lighter so that it doesn't look like a smoky eye. I've mentioned in some of my other videos that if the color I put on my lower lash line is too dark, it just looks really smoky really fast. So I'm definitely sticking to a lighter brown, and I'm picking up some of that matte yellow to add to that lower lash line as well to kind of make it that golden orangey shade. With that same exact brush, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a darker brown. So we're gonna go in with Champ down here, and I'm going to only run this on my outer upper lash line. This will just give your eye a little bit of definition without having to do a winged liner. It'll keep your eye look on the softer side. I think that also helps with playing with such a bold color. And if you still feel like it's too yellow, just go in with that lightest yellow shade, Strobe Lights right here, and just keep adding it on top of that yellow until it's more of a toned down golden shade. But this really gives me like Pikachu vibes. It didn't didn't this morning when I was playing with this look, but right now as I'm looking at it, I feel like Pikachu. For eyeliner, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to go in with a brown eyeliner. This is by CoverGirl in the shade Espresso. And I'm going to tightline my upper waterline. And for my lower waterline, I'm going to go in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Frosting. Now I'm just going to curl my lashes and pop on some mascara. And for mascara, I'm using the Heroin Make Volume Up Mascara in the super waterproof version. So our eye makeup is complete, super simple eye makeup, and we're just going to bronze and blush our face. The bronzer I'm using is the NYX Butter Melt Bronzer in the shade Buttercup. For the blush, I'm going to use the Essence Pure Nude blush in the shade Pretty Peach. We're keeping everything pretty light on the face, especially with such a bold eye look. For lips, I'm going to go on with the e.l.f. Creamy Lip Liner in the shade, I think, Pinky Swear. And I'm going to top that off with the Fenty Beauty Lip Gloss in the shade Fussy. And I'm going to set that in place with the AOA setting spray. And this is the finished makeup look. I think it's pretty wearable. I feel like I could still wear this out, not garner too much attention, not feeling like I stick out like a sore thumb. But if someone were to really pay attention to my makeup, they would notice that I was wearing yellow eyeshadow. But other than that, I feel like it's still a pretty neutral type of makeup look. If you're in a more, you know, a little bit more of a lenient workplace, you'd be able to get away with this look, still look professional, still carry on and kick butt at whatever you're doing and feel good about yourself. And I think it's like fun, but not too fun, but pretty fun. If this is too bold for you or too yellow for you, you can definitely switch out the shades to something that matches your skin tone a little better, like a gold maybe. If you're a little more tan than me, then a deeper gold and brown, and it'll achieve a very similar look while still looking very professional. Especially if the gold is more brown toned, you'll be fine. You can definitely wear that to work and look professional and still be okay. I also want to mention that all the products I use for these videos, they are listed down below, and the Amazon links are affiliate links, meaning that if you were to purchase the product from that link, I would get a small commission from them. But do not feel pressured to buy anything, and do not buy things just because I'm using them. A lot of the products I'm using, I feel pretty mediocre about. I'm just testing them out and I'm just using them because I have them. If you really want to know products that I love and what products I would recommend, then check out my favorites videos or product reviews videos, because I go a lot more in depth about the actual product, but most of the time nothing really impresses me that much. So don't go out and buy certain products just because I'm using them in every video. It's just a product that I have. Anyway, that was my spiel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you soon. Bye.